Hey everybody, it's King's Drummer here, and I just thought I'd come outside and do this instead. It's just nice to get out of the cave sometimes and just, you know, do things in different surroundings. So I got a few records here, and they're all used vinyl, nothing extraordinary, but I had fun listening to it, so I thought I'd just show them off a little bit. Anyway, let's start off with AC/DC Back in Black. And since I don't really have any kind of lighting out here, I just you just have to. Oh, there it goes. Now it's showing up. There we go. Cool. I don't have much AC/DC in the collection. In fact, I don't have any AC/DC in the collection other than the album Razor's Edge. I really dug that album, so I saw this in the store and thought, what the hell, because it had like the original insert, like so, and it's on that Atlantic label, has this gray and black Atlantic label I thought was cool, so I went ahead and got it. When I brought it home and started listening to it, I really didn't discover anything new because they play pretty much all this album all day, multiple times a day on classic rock radio, so it wasn't anything new to discover, but it does sound cool hearing it on vinyl at home on my own turntable. So spinning this is actually pretty fun. So AC/DC, Back in Black. I actually had a great time listening to that record. And another classic rock record is the album from Montrose. I believe this is the first Montrose album, and it featured vocals by Sammy Hagar, who's pictured right here, this guy right here. So another cool record. I don't remember what the label was. Okay, just Warner Brothers label. Can't really see that though. Pretty fun album. I am a fan of Sammy Hagar, but more particularly when he was with Van Halen. I know everybody likes the David Lee Roth era better. And I like that era of Van Halen as well. I'm a fan of that music too, but I really did like what Hagar brought to Van Halen, so every time I hear his voice, it's always fun to hear. And I always like the song Rock Candy. Rock Candy, and of course the song Bad Motor Scooter were pretty cool, so it was fun to score this. And this one just takes me back to high school. That's why I got it. I mean, I'm not much of a hip-hop or rap fan, but I do like this. Run DMC, Raising Hell. The song everyone knows is Walk This Way and You Be Eilin'. But I remember when I first hanging out with my friends in the neighborhood, back when this album was new or about to come out, there was like a big contest to see who can get it first. So you hit DJs, friends that are DJs, friends that work in record stores, so you could be like the first one on the block to have the new Run DMC. That's how it was when I was like 15 or 16 when this came out. So this is a fun album because it just brings me back to being like a freshman in high school. So I saw this actually in a used bookstore. I'm surprised to see it, so I was like, wow, and they only wanted $4 for it, so I went ahead and got it. It's in good condition. It's on Profile Records. And the one song that I remember the most from this album is the song Perfection, because I was just taking up the drums back then, and still to this day, because I was listening to this when I got this back, and still to this day, the drums in Perfection I think are really cool. And I remember when I was a young teenager just taking up the drums, I tried to learn how to play that stuff, and I came pretty close. I could probably do it now, but I don't know, whoever the drummer was on Perfection really played well, and that song was a big influence on me when I was like a teenager. Pardon me, guys. Alright, let's move on here. Another song that takes me back to when I was 15 years old, a 12-inch single from Simple Minds. For the song Don't Forget About Me. I was going to leave it behind, and it's from that movie Breakfast Club, we all know. I was going to leave this behind because I do like Simple Minds. I can't say I have a lot of albums of theirs, just the ones I like, which is Once Upon a Time and the live record that tour, and a couple of albums before and after it, but that was about it, and so when I saw this there, I was going to leave it behind, but I realized I never had the song on vinyl before, so they only wanted $1 for it, so I went ahead and went for it. Not bad. This is a pretty cool find This is another 12-inch single from the band OMD. It's for the song Joan of Arc. Really surprised to have found this. This is an English pressing of it, so made in England, and does have custom label on it, which is just the same as the front, as you can see there. I really dig that song, Joan of Arc. I recently got a live DVD of OMD when they reunited back in, I think it was 2007, and oh man, they played both Joan of Arc songs were really good, really fantastic, and it's always been one of my favorite songs from OMD. And it's weird because when I remember OMD only from Pretty in Pink, the movie, because they had the song "If You Leave" on the soundtrack. That was really the only OMD I knew. It wasn't until I joined the vinyl community, started collecting records, that I started discovering their back catalog of their older songs from the early '80s, and realized that "If You Leave" really isn't their best song. I don't know if I'd say Joan of Arc is their best song, but it's up there as one of their best songs. So really cool. So really happy to have that 12-inch single from OMD. Okay, another 12-inch single, but this one I did not want to leave behind because it looked so rare. It's from Van Halen, and it's the 12-inch single for the song "I'll Wait," which is from the album 1984. Really nice. I guess this is an import. I really didn't check. I didn't really do any research on it. But I always love that song, "I'll Wait," particularly because I like the drumming in it. It's one of the keyboard songs from Van Halen in 1984. But Alex Van Halen does some amazing tom drum fills in that song, which I thought were just awesome. And I don't think Alex Van Halen gets the proper credit he gets, and this is on the Warner Brothers label. Yeah, Alex Van Halen doesn't get the proper credit he gets as an awesome drummer, because obviously you're in a band with Eddie Van Halen, you're gonna get second billing to him no matter what. So that song "I'll Wait," I think actually some great drumming by Alex Van Halen. Also on here on side A is, of course, "I'll Wait" full-length version, and the song "Drop Dead Legs," which are both from the album 1984. And on the B side we have "The Cradle Will Rock" and "Pretty Woman." So a pretty interesting song list for this 12-inch single, so I thought it'd be cool to get. Alright, next up from Electric Light Orchestra, "A New World Record" is the name of the album, and I really liked this album. I've only had one ELO album in my collection before this, and that was Out of the Blue. Really dug that album, and started a few days ago, started watching a lot of their live videos on YouTube, and suddenly became a fan of their music. I wanted some more from them, so I went ahead and went with this record because I thought it was in good condition, looked good, the jacket's in great condition, and it came with the original insert. I know the lighting's not, it's kind of shady back here, so the lighting's not that great. I didn't want to take these records in the sun. And it is on United Artists label. So we have this custom label here, and then all the boring names and titles and credits on the other label. So, but a really cool album, in great shape. Vinyl's in fantastic shape, plays really nice, and really love the collection of songs that are on this record. The one song I really went for was "Telephone Line," because I think that's a great song. And it's a catchy song. I find myself singing it all the time. So "Telephone Line's a real catchy tune. But besides that one, "Living Things" sounds fantastic. The song "Do Ya" sounds great. I mean, to some people those are run-of-the-mill songs from ELO, but I really dug this album. I had a great time spinning this one, and listened to it a couple times already, and this is just such an enjoyable record. I really dug this one. One more drink here. All right, here we go. Next up, I took a chance on this record. It was cheap, so what the hell? It's from Dan Hartman. The name of the album is "I Can Dream About You." Laura showed this in one of her videos. It was playing in the background, and I remember that song "I Can Dream About You." It was from the song's 80s movie Streets of Fire. It was one of the songs in that movie, so this was like a big hit for Dan Hartman. I think it was 1984. And that was always one of my favorite 80s songs. And she showed it in her video and was playing the album while she was showing her other records. And I thought I would just give it a shot. And I saw it in my vinyl store, and they only wanted $1 for it. So I thought, it's only $1. I know I like one of the songs already, so I gave it a shot. I brought it home, started listening to it. I liked the first 3 songs of the record on side A. And all the other songs on side A after the first 3 kind of lost me. I just couldn't really get into it. It was a little too 80s for me, which is weird because I love 80s music, but this one just didn't hold my attention very well. And I only listened to one song on side B, and really wasn't really feeling that one too much either. I've yet to listen to the rest of the songs on side B. But the first 3 songs on side A won me over. The rest of the record kind of didn't. So, and maybe if I listen to it again, if I give it a second chance, maybe it'll warm up to me. All right, the last 12-inch record is from OMD, and it's called Junk Culture. A record came out in 1984, I believe, and I actually had this already on vinyl, but my album copy was so terrible. The condition was not very good. It had a lot of skips on it, and it just was a pain to listen to. So it was nice to find a better copy, because this is actually, I think, a really good record. It's Tesla Girls, Locomotion, and Talking Loud and Clear were my favorite songs on it. So, real enjoyable record, some good catchy songs on it. The more experimental song is the song Junk Culture, which goes into the song Apollo. That's pretty experimental. OMD is always good for a couple experimental songs on their albums. Basically the weird shit. And this one has a couple of weird songs on it, but mostly is a good song. I like the song White Trash, and like I said, Talking Loud and Clear is always one of my favorite songs from OMD. Real catchy tune. And it's a good album as well. And I got a few 7-inch records. I'll show you the only one that isn't from OMD. From Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. I've never heard the whole album, just the one song, so I just bought the little 7-inch record for it. It's on Columbia. I'll always love that song, Tunnel of Love. I was listening to this one a couple nights ago, and God, it's a good song. I always thought it was a great song, but I never really heard that whole album, but do like that song. And the rest of these are just 7-inch records from OMD. I didn't realize I bought so many OMD singles, but the heck, I like them. The first one's for the song Secret, which now I can't recall what album it's. Oh no, I think it's on the Crush album, which came out in 1985. So pretty cool song there. And the song Forever Live and Die, which is from the album The Pacific Age. I think this came out in 86 or 87. I don't own that album. This is the only song I know of that's on it. And it's a really cool song, actually. I really dug this song. So it's on A&M Records. And a pretty cool tune, so dig that one. This one I haven't heard yet, but I can't wait to spin this one. Let me take out the plastic here. It is called, for the song Red Frame and White Light is on the first side, and the B side is a song called I Betray My Friends from OMD. The year on this is 1980, so I think it was on the Organization album. I don't own yet, so would love to get a hold of that one, and it's on Din Disc is the label. Go, as you can see, Din Disc. So this is one of the earlier from the earlier albums of OMD. And I wish I had listened to this before I turned the camera on. This is the only one I haven't listened to yet, but I'll get to that one. But like I said, I dig the early one, especially the album Architecture of Morality. That is a great album because it mixes their kind of their concept experimental, not concept, but experimental songs and the pop songs really well. It's a good mixture of the two. Well, that is my vinyl score for the week. I haven't been working much because I hurt my wrist. That's why I'm wearing this weird thing out here, this brace on my wrist. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, so welcome to everyone to the channel. Hope you are enjoying the videos. Leave me some comments. I'll comment back and we'll get a conversation going. It's all good. And I hope everyone's enjoying this summer. I've been enjoying mine. Today is nice and cool. It's not too hot. So maybe it'll be a good day to do things outside. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys at the next video.